Perimeter. You know, our new show where we just talk about sports, and that's it. We are 285 live. As always, it's your boy Mad Dog from the ones and twos, and joining us today we got Priesthood.
Your boy, it's your boy.
Yeah. So y'all know how it is. If this is your first time joining us, we are a rotating panel of podcast hosts. Today we'll be talking about basketball. The NBA season is back in full swing. How you feeling about the NBA season coming back in, Priest?
First and foremost, I'd like to give all honor and glory to the Most High. And number two, man, I've been waiting, man, all year. I mean, you know, my team, both of my teams, the hometowns,
Which one's your hometown that you consider your hometown right now?
Memphis, but then the other hometown, also Atlanta. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
sir. Yes, sir. Got the Trey Young last year's jersey on. I need to get me the new jersey, the blue one
That
that just
jersey
came out.
hard. That
Yeah,
jersey hard.
it's growing on me for sure. But yeah, let's not dilly dally. Let's get into this show today. Um,
Yeah.
so it's been about a month since the NBA season has come back,
Uh,
and of course we were gonna do this episode a little bit earlier, but time, time waits for no man, and it's a perfect time to talk about the NBA season because everything is kind of in full swing and you can kind of see what's going on. So, checking out the off season moves that some of these teams made. What's your impressions on like the big off season moves? We ain't gonna talk about all of them, but like,
I'm glad, man. Dame got out of there, man. He got out of Portland and he went somewhere where they wanted to help him.
yeah, he can really win a championship
And I'm
there.
glad that the Bucks wanted to help Giannis because Giannis was ready to get up out of there.
Oh yeah,
Because I need some help. So at least they did what they were supposed to do. Portland, they lost out, man, on the loyal superstar.
oh yeah,
I think it's amazing seeing them two play together. I see they still trying to figure it out, still in the season, like who gonna bring the ball up the court. This new basketball is just so different, so unconventional. Like
for sure.
it's better if Giannis brings the ball up the court and he the point slash center and Dame's the shooting guard. I mean, it's crazy how the roles is so different in today's game. But I like seeing it, man. I think it's crazy.
For sure.
I think it's amazing. What other moves, big moves do we see? Jordan Poole, he went to the Wizards.
Yeah, he had to get out
Look
of
like he
Golden
doing,
State.
look like he doing okay there, man. Look like he doing okay there. Golden
So
State look like they're suffering without him.
I mean, my impression is it's too many like young players on that team in Washington. Like kind of like how Charlotte is. They're a bunch of young players, so they're still kind of filling it out. I see people really giving them stuff about the way Jordan Poole moves out about. He's like he'll shoot the three and then he'll turn around and he won't watch it go in. So people are dogging him on that, but they got to do something.
He think he baby carry. Yeah, he got to
Yeah,
do something to get ticket sales.
yeah. You got to sell tickets. If you're not gonna win games, you might as well sell tickets. So.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
it's they're growing down there. Memphis made some moves. Especially the biggest one I would say is getting rid of Dylan Brooks. We all know that Dylan Brooks had his he's that guy who was talking that crap to LeBron and set LeBron off. But
Yeah,
he moved to
man.
Houston and he's kind of doing his thing down there in Houston.
He has one of the highest field goal percentages right now in the league. He had one of the lowest on the Grizzlies, and now he has one of the highest field goal percentages in the league. It's one of the highest 3-point percentages as well.
Yeah, I mean, do you think that's like due to identity of teams, or he just needed that space to grow? Because Ja Morant was the figurehead for Memphis, so it's like, did he need that room to grow so he can be himself, or did he get that confidence from the FIBA championships, just playing with with his
I think
team?
that could have contributed to it, but also like, I mean, he came from the Memphis team, and it's basically like, I'm gonna show you.
Yeah,
They did him like that. They did him kind of dirty, and he said, "All right, I'm gonna show you."
and from that y'all picked up Marcus Smart. Marcus Smart was a locker room leader um, for the Celtics. Sorry. You think he is adding to the Memphis team, or is he just not a good fit? Or do you think Ja Morant is just like the missing element that they really need?
Right now, I wouldn't say just Ja. I think Marcus Smart may have to just get used to the system that we
Yeah.
run. It's so different from the Celtics. I do believe he's a very good defensive player, but as of now, he's not taking as many smarts shots. He's actually shooting worse than Dylan Brooks was when he was here.
Yeah.
Like we replaced something to get something worse for the system, but I think he'll eventually adapt to it. I'm optimistic about it. I think he'll eventually come to it. I believe what really hit us was the loss of Tyus Jones.
But yeah, I was just gonna bring him up.
But Tyus is he's a really good point guard. I believe he's like a young Chris Paul to me, the way I see him. He's balling, man. He's just very good at making plays and setting up things for people, and he can shoot pretty good, create space, and he's not necessarily a total defensive liability. Like he plays better defense than John. He's smaller than him.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Y'all just smacked the shot from behind, But I think they'll figure it out. A lot of it's just injuries, and it's these guys that are next up with it. All them young guys. We've lost all our veteranship and alphaship. Him being an alpha male, Steven Adams. We lost a lot of the bigs and rebounding. With Brandon Clark, him also going out with ACL strain, and that's what we really needed when we played the Lakers. We didn't have any bigs. Most of their team is 6'6" and up.
Yeah,
there's not a person under 6'5" on the Lakers. They trying to build like an old Celtics team.
Yeah.
Or the old Lakers, actually, because everybody on that team was tall. Everybody was 6'5" and above around the time Magic and them were on there.
That's true. That's true.
I like what the Lakers been doing.
The Lakers have brought in a lot of young guys, especially one person who sticks with me because I was rooting for him when he was with the Hawks, Cam Reddish, and that's somebody I wanted to keep because I saw more potential in Cam Reddish than I saw in somebody like Hunter. Because Cam Reddish, when you give him that spotlight, he's a dog. But when you take that away from him, he kind of slacks off a little bit. Another thing with the Hawks is we got rid of John Collins, which I wanted to get rid of, but I wanted some value for that too. We got like zero value for John Collins.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing pretty good over there where he at, man.
Yeah, I mean he's doing great in Utah, but
maybe some people just have to have a change of scenery.
I think that's what he needed because he was very complacent with the Hawks. He would only show up to big games, but when it came to when we needed him for those, not as big games, like we play like the Knicks or the Hornets or some team that was like middling in the East, he would just like not show up for a game, which is a big problem with a lot of Hawks players. It's like consistency. But I will say, Jalen Johnson has been showing up. Like that guy is something special, and I'm glad they're giving him the chance to like really prove himself. He just recently got the starting position over Hunter. Hunter, and he's just been playing his butt off. So kudos to him. Kudos to Trey, of course. Everybody always want to talk. Everybody want to talk bad about Trey, and it's like this man is still leading in assists. He's still one of the highest scoring players. He might not be as efficient as some of the other players, but he's still doing his thing.
When you gotta double team somebody that's 5'10", 5'11", that's something.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's still 6 foot, but it just looked like he 5 something from TV.
I'm 6'2" on good days.
I feel you on that.
What do you think about Wemby?
Oh man, I have a special spot on our topic for him, but we can go ahead and jump to Wemby. I doubted Wemby when he first came in because I wasn't buying into the hype. I was like, let me see this man play, and he is. I mean, we talked about it at the gym. Like, if you're literally, eye level with the basket, and all you have to do is just.
It's like you're playing mini hoops.
Yeah, you just like how we go to
mini hoops on your nephew goal.
How we went to activate games in Atlanta, and I was hooping, and I'm not like that accurate, but we was hooping on that stuff. That's how it is for him every game.
That's how it is for him. That's crazy.
Man, and it's crazy. Like I don't know. I've seen him walk into like the train station in New York. And basically, he has to duck like this the entire time. And it's like, it can't be comfortable to travel for this man.
I bet his feet have hung out the bed since the beginning of his life.
Yeah.
When it's dark, he gotta put the covers over his toes because otherwise the monster will grab you.
Yeah, but he is a difference maker, and you can't rule out Chet though. Chet, another big
Yeah.
guy. He didn't get a chance to play last year because of his injury, but he's come out full swing. Him and SGA and the Thunder, they're a really scary team.
Thunder gonna be coming up, man. SGA and
They're 9-4 right now. It's sky's the limit for them. They're not too far behind. First of all, the West is so weird this year because you got the Timberwolves just playing out their mind. Karl Anthony Towns is playing out his mind. Aside from all the Rudy Gobert stuff, we'll talk about that later. But Cat is playing out his mind. That whole team is playing out their mind. Of course, you got your top contenders like the Nuggets, and then you got the Mavericks, but the Kings, and then the Rockets. We just talked about the Rockets. The Rockets are doing good.
West is stacked this year. That's why the Grizzlies record is looking how it's looking right now.
Yeah, but speaking of West, there was a big trade that happened not mid-season, but like at the beginning of the season that was supposed to happen probably at the beginning. Yeah, James Harden.
I don't know what's going on with James Harden, man. I saw him play against the Grizzlies the other night. I saw him play against I forgot what team that was, and I don't know what's going on with him, man. I guess what Kobe said about him before he passed away was true. The mindset he has, he'll never win a championship like that if he doesn't change it. And I like James Harden. I think he has capability to be, if not the number one scorer in the league, even without the fouling stuff.
Yeah, he's a man who can get you a good basket.
But he's been playing crazy, and I think he's still making a mistake. He's trying to join all these super teams, but you can't have too many alphas on one team.
Yeah, I mean
that just does not work.
Yeah. Do you think that's you think he's just not?
How do you get Westbrook, Paul George, Kawhi, and there's PJ Tucker on that team as well?
I'm not even sure. Like, is PJ Tucker even playing? Let's see. Hold on.
Someone else.
Let me see. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Clippers. But yeah, that fit. You would think naturally that James Harden and Paul George and Kawhi would be a pretty good fit, but it's like, oh yeah, PJ Tucker is playing for him still. They got Norman Powell. They got Zubac, who's a pretty good center.
Yeah.
So it's just like
though they're a little older and elder age in their career, that's really, I would say, championship age, 36 and 34 and all those ages.
Who's 36?
Is Kawhi not?
Kawhi is 32. That's how you feel about it. That's how you feel about us.
Those are championship ages.
That's how you feel about us. We all just 36 automatically. Yeah, Kawhi is
that's the championship material age, 32. So it's like, I feel like Kawhi is wasting his time. Kawhi needs to come from Memphis. But anyways, the Clippers, it's a waste.
Yeah, he got to stay healthy though. Like, ever since he's been with the Clippers, it's just been like a rocky road. It's like it's not ordained for him to be there. He should have stayed he should have stayed with Toronto, honestly, because that was like, you went there 1 year and you got a championship and you just like
I guess Canada's boring. A lot of these stars like to also like live life in the city, and LA is the place to be.
But Kawhi don't strike me as the type to want to like do anything. He just kind of seems like a chill guy, but under the surface, I guess he would be.
He may like his feet in the sand,
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, we just thank everybody for joining, subscribing. I see y'all coming in. I see the follows. We got the little alerts coming in. We got a goal down at the left. We're trying to get 100 people. A lofty goal, but hey, I feel like we can do it. So thank y'all. I see Darian Hudson, I Am Tone, Nikki Thompson. Thank y'all for subscribing. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that. MySpace. We see all y'all joining from there. And I just want to take the time to thank y'all for joining.
Yeah.
Let's move on from off-season moves. I think we covered enough of that.
Yeah.
And let's get back into the top teams that we're seeing. Um, how do you feel about the Nuggets? They kind of seemed unstoppable when the season started, but it's kind
Uh,
of been a little bit of chinks in the armor. What's your feeling on that?
I still feel like they can rerun it back. I still feel like if they don't get too much of a big head and realize like you still have to make it back. I believe they can make it back. I
Yeah.
think I think Joker is the best basketball player in the world right now as we speak, other than Steph Curry. But Steph Curry doesn't have the team that Joker has.
You think it's his mindset? Like he just comes in as it's just another job, another day. He don't even. It doesn't even seem like he really enjoys playing basketball. Like that's where we wanted to be when we were kids. Like, oh man,
Yeah,
I would love being out there. And he's just like, I
yeah.
want to go home. I want to go ride my horses. Like, you think that type of mindset is needed for basketball teams?
That might help him out, man. Because honestly, the people it's what's crazy. Like MJ, basketball was not his passion.
No.
Baseball, gambling, and just other different things were his passion. Golf,
Yeah.
all these different things were his passion. But he worked hard so he can enjoy the other things.
Yeah.
You know,
That was one. That was one big thing I was trying to tell Quentin. It's because like the Jordan LeBron argument. First of all, that's played out. If y'all are still on podcasts and on these talk shows arguing about Jordan and LeBron, like just grow up. But like just the end of statement is like Jordan, like he said, that wasn't even his first passion. Jordan was so just he was thinking about
baseball.
yeah he was thinking about everything he wanted to do. So that's enough said
So
about
I think
that.
that's what fueled him. That's probably what
Yeah.
fueled him. A lot of people they get like that and then they don't put effort in basketball. But he was like, "This is my money maker. This is what I'm really good at,
Yeah.
but this is not my passion." And it's like that for a lot. A lot of things come easy to some people that ain't their passion, but they still work hard at it.
Yeah.
Because I
And
believe Joker still worked hard. They definitely showed out. Those boys definitely showed out. I think
yeah.
the Celtics man is they still dangerous. Jason
Oh
Tatum.
yeah. Oh yeah. Jason
He
Tatum
ain't
is
number.
dang.
If he ain't number two, he number three. He
He
people always
definitely.
talking about Devin Booker. Kobe is the new Kobe. Devin Booker's the new Kobe. Stop that.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
It is Jason Tatum.
Tatum is definitely the best in the East right now. It's no question. Like I know it. I know Joel Embiid, of course, is going to be like in the running for MVP every year, but Tatum is a monster, and that's coming from somebody who just can't stand the Celtics. I am
Exactly.
going on record saying I do not like the Celtics, but I love their players, and it's
Even
just
even though you got that green backdrop.
yeah. I got the green screen, but that ain't for no Celtics.
Don't turn around and be a big old leprechaun back there,
No,
man.
no leprechauns, no none of that. We don't do that. No luck of the Irish, none of that. But I do respect the players on the team. They're balling out of their minds. They're a very dangerous team. I'm surprised they even lost 2 games this year. Um, 76ers, of course, after they got rid of Harden, they've been on another level too. Tyrese Maxey,
Hmm.
whew, my goodness, this man. I mean, I've seen him play, of course, in the playoffs and here and there, but they just kind of let him go and do his own thing right now. He's just dropping 30, dropping 35, 35 and 8, just crazy numbers. Which,
What do you? Sorry, to cut you
go
off.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was like, what do you think it's going to take the Celtics to just? They made it to the championship. What do you think it'll take them to win? What do you think it'll take for them to, you know,
To win
be
out,
that?
oh, man, I don't know.
Because they got
It's,
it on paper. They got
it's,
it all.
it's, yeah, it's like a timing thing. Like, they might, it's hard to tell, it's hard to say because they should have won when they went last time. But it's like maybe it was inexperience or they just needed somebody who had a cooler head. They say cooler heads prevail, so they just might need that person who can take over and not even when somebody's tired because Jason Tatum was tired during that whole he was actually injured in that playoff game. So honestly, it's just a matter of time. Like it might be this year. I hate to say that because I don't want that to happen, but it might be.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes it's like if you can stay healthy the entire time, that's what's gonna take. Because Jaylen Brown is good. You know, they still have Drew Holiday now, which I was pissed at. I was like, man, I want the Hawks to make a play on Drew so bad,
Yeah.
but that would make sense for what we have. We already got Murray and we got Trey, so another guard wouldn't have made sense. But still, Drew Holiday is one of my favorites, and he brings a lot to the table. So right now, they're the team to beat. Honestly,
Yeah.
them and the 76ers and the Bucks, of course, the Bucks with Dame and
I'm
Giannis.
gonna put some respect on Giannis' name. Giannis at times he could be the best player in the world.
Yeah, and I think that's just
I'm really gonna change my list. Joker, Giannis, then Jason
Tatum. Yeah, I think with Giannis, it's just like a. Sometimes he doesn't have that will to play either, but it's different than how Joker is. It's just kind of like it's like he's getting bored of playing in the NBA sometimes, and then there's something that really sparks it for him. Like having Damian Lillard come, it seems like he's playing with a lot more energy now, and of course he doesn't have.
It may be simply because the NBA soft, man. It's soft. It's the truth. Like I know you seen he got ejected the other day when he dunked on someone and just did a stare down. Like
Yeah,
you really tried to jump with me, and he got ejected for that, man.
yeah,
It's really. I think he probably misses playing overseas ball where they didn't do all of that. Like you can't display dominance over someone. You know.
yeah. Speaking of dominance,
Back to the LeBron conversation. Maybe LeBron's not to blame. Maybe he'll get ejected if he exert too much dominance. You can't bully people no more. I mean, me and my wife earlier we were watching the video with Michael Jordan doing a stare down with what's his name? Big I forgot what his name was. Big what's the name? And they just were staring down. Then they had just stared down and argued with the ref, and then stared down and argued with each other. There wasn't no ejection or nothing.
yeah.
It's crazy. They're messing up games with just getting people ejected the way they're getting people ejected.
And they're not ejecting the right people either.
Yeah.
Sometimes, they're finding people who ain't got nothing to do with what's going on. Like I feel like Rudy called a stray for no reason, and I'm gonna keep saying that because I was talking to somebody in one of the chats on YouTube, and they were like, "Well, he choked out Clay first." I'm like, he didn't choke him at all. He like grabbed him like this and tried to pull him away, but he didn't choke him like that's a choke.
Yeah, yeah.
And first of all, he got choked out, and none of his teammates helped him. Cat was right there. He could have easily just punched Draymond or something. I would have for my teammate, I'm going to bat for him.
Yeah.
So I don't take anything away from Draymond. Draymond did what he had to do, but Rudy's teammates are just trash, man. Like they just let him get yoked out.
Yeah, I guess all of Rudy's past sins in Utah catching up with him.
Yeah.
They said he hasn't been the most pleasing teammate.
No, I don't think a lot of people like him. I think it was him and Trey. They were on the list for the most overrated players in the NBA.
Yeah.
So again, that's
they can
subjective.
work it out for the team's sake. What about we didn't even get into the Anthony Edwards, how he's doing, what he did on the off season.
Oh yeah.
USA lost.
Yeah, he's definitely coming to his own. He is that guy that we thought he was going to be. Us people from Georgia, Atlanta, we're going to root for the people who come from us anyway. But just to see him, he's very fun to watch. I was gonna say I wish he wasn't with the Timberwolves, so I could
You wish he was with Atlanta. Man.
Yeah. Yeah, but they're doing well. He's doing well. Other teams in the East, surprising teams. The Pacers are up there. Tyrese Halliburton is going crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think it's everybody's getting better thing, or it's just defense is just not there anymore type deal? Because everybody's dropping 30 and 50, and I'm like it's just random people dropping 50 to me.
To me, though, I do think everyone has gotten better. I do think defense has gotten worse. I mean, just watching my team, they jack up a whole bunch of threes and they miss a whole bunch of threes, and then they leave teams open for a whole bunch of threes. Someone's
Yeah,
just in the corner, three, and it's easy to just hit practice shots if you just steady leaving somebody open with fast paced cherry picking. You know,
that's
so
true.
I don't believe. I seriously don't believe that. A lot of people say, "Oh, '90s players, they aren't all of that, man." And if you was to take the US team USA from back in the day and bring them into it, they drilled them badly because of their defense.
Yeah. And I want to take the opportunity to ask y'all out there, if y'all watching, write it in the
Yeah.
chat, or if you watch this later, just comment. What do you feel like? Do you think that teams are getting, or players individually are getting way better, or is it just defenses are just getting soft? They're just letting things happen. They're just letting people shoot from three, shoot from the logo, shoot from half court. My opinion, I mean, it's kind of both, because I see players like literally shooting from half court, and people are playing defense on them, and people are trying their best, trying not to get those fouls, because they know how to bait people nowadays a lot better.
They've gotten a
That
little better with the leaning into someone or the rip
yeah,
throughs. They got a bit better.
yeah. So it's kind of, to me, it's kind of both, but I would love to hear y'all's opinion. This is an interactive show. Uh, It's not just us talking out our what we know. So it looked like we lost priesthood for a second, but I'm gonna keep on talking. So yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, like, share our product, please. We're just trying to get 100. That's a very very humble goal in my opinion. So if you're enjoying this, if you like talking about sports, basketball, we talk wrestling. So we're gonna be talking wrestling later. College football. We're gonna be talking about all that type of stuff. Just make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell on YouTube. Follow us on Twitch. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Like us on Facebook. We're everywhere. So if you can't find us, that means you ain't looking. Just look up youtube.com/@285live and you'll find us. You'll see my face most of the time because I do have the most time, and hey, I got the computers in front of me and stuff like that. Trying to get Priesthood back on the horn. Um, while I'm waiting, I just want to talk about the Hawks for a second. Um, it's really kind of disappointing that we're still that middle of the road team. I thought we would get a lot better during the off season, but like I said, we didn't make any off season moves. We didn't make big off season moves. We made moves to get money, but we don't bring in talent, and that's been a trend with Atlanta for forever. We never really landed that big player. Most of the time, we're drafting our players, and then even with that, it's like sometimes you don't draft the best players. Let me get them back in here. 1 second. Okay, now it's not trying to. We're gonna get them back in. Don't worry about it. Having technical difficulties right now. Give me 1 second.